there. I heard that some folks were out on the Blue River this morning, and the bite was good. Just unfortunately, yours truly wasn't able to make it because I've got to do some turkey frying later. But that said, while we are here, wanted to just touch base with y'all, let you know that Thanksgiving is rolling around, and later on tonight, I plan on doing another. It's in the Little Red Book of Fly Fishing series, the tips 131 through 135, as well as some follow-up video to do a little more, I guess, open forum Q&A to talk about fishing related things, specifically again about the Blue River, because that seems to be the hot spot to go right now, at least in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for us that are able to hit the river. There are some ongoing Texas Parks and Wildlife trout stockings, but for the most part, I pretty much wait until they stock here locally, right here in the city of Allen. I believe they're going to be stocking here in another week or two, just down the road over there at Bethany Lakes. Anyhow, that said, let's talk about some of the fishing flies that I used. I was going to do a little fly tying demo to talk about some of these flies that worked for yours truly on the Blue, and I plan on doing that at some point. But for now, I just wanted to get the word out as to what was working for yours truly. And I'll start out with, this is the cork strike indicator right here. Okay. And that's what I was using. It was the smallest size they have, I think extra small, about a 1/4 inch or half inch. And that's what I was using. And setting anywhere between 3 to 5 foot under the strike indicator, several different flies. One of them being the Guadalupana. This is this one. And this is the variant of the original that is a smaller fly. And this is using a bead head, some peacock herald, and then a marabou plume, and then some grizzly hackle. I did a modified version using the jig fly hook that I use for the near deer, in both 1/80 ounce as well as 1/124 ounce. And the other fly that I was using then was this near deer, okay, right there. And this one's made similar to a woolly bugger, as well as it's sort of like also a Guadalupe. The only difference is you've got this chenille here, right there, and then on top of it, you're using this jig fly hook instead of the bead and lead setup here. Okay, and again, I was setting this one anywhere between 3 to 5 feet. And the video that you'll see this evening, I plan on posting about 9:30 p.m. Central. We'll go through tips 131 through 135 out of the Little Red Book of Fly Fishing, and then I've got a longer or shorter version of the unedited video of this last trip to the Blue. And that one, geez, I think it was about 2.5, 3 hours long. I've got it cut down to about 37 minutes, and it's focusing more on the specific things I was doing, as well as the bite I was getting. Instead of, well, the other way, it was, well, there's a lot of lag time in between catching a fish at certain points, although the bite was doing really well. The other thing is in that fly tying demo that I'll be doing here, I'll also include how do I tie a version of the mop fly. Okay. And in this one it's using that little chartreuse nodule that you get off of a dust mop. And then I like making a little egg sac using some dubbing loop. Okay, so I'll use that and get that out there. I mainly use it in this pearlescent color as well as a orange color. And then let's see, what was the other one? Oh, right here. This is a mega worm. Okay, and in this case with the mega worm, the one that I was using the other day was a white cream colored color, along with a that pearlescent sack as well in the front, and that seemed to be doing well. Again, I had to set it about 5 feet deep. I don't know what the bite is now up at the Blue. It's temperatures went well below freezing, or went below freezing, so you got to keep that in mind. And then again, what I was using, cork strike indicator right here. And I like this one. It's made out of cork. but at the same time it has this little rubber gasket right here, and that holds it tight against the line, and I don't have to worry about it slipping up and down the leader. So that's worked out really well. And again, biggest thing when you're fishing with a strike indicator is make sure you use a strike indicator that is as, I guess, big enough or small enough to hold your fly at the depth that you need it to. You don't want to go bigger. If you go bigger, it just may spook the fish and whatnot. So I see a lot of folks that go out there with like a really good size strike indicator. So you don't want to do that. Other things, let's see. There is one fly, and it's an egg pattern that you're using, this ecstasy little deal here, and that one seems to work as well, both in the salmon pink color as well as this I guess it's more of a pearlescent as well, and I can believe it has some UV capabilities. So anyhow, stay tuned tonight. We'll get that video out, as well as we'll be going through the Little Red Book of Fly Fishing, tips 131 to 135. We'll read through the different tips, call out any key things we want to call out, and then we'll shift right into an open forum, and I'll run that last trip to the Blue River, about 37 minutes long, and see if that opens up any questions, comments, and maybe some suggestions as well. So it won't be the long 2.5 hour unedited version. It'll be more of a shortened version, 37 minutes or so. Got to give you guys time to digest your Thanksgiving meals and whatnot. Anyhow, I'll be deep fat frying a turkey here in the next few, and then from there we'll go through our Thanksgiving dinner and whatnot. And then later on tonight, 9:30 p.m. Central, here in the great state of Texas, I'll be posting, live streaming the Little Red Book of Fly Fishing series, tips 131, 135 through 135, and then go right into the last trip that we had at the Blue River. That said, I know a lot of folks are planning on making a trip this weekend, if not tomorrow, to the Blue. Highly suggest starting out with a strike indicator, 3 to 5 feet, maybe even deeper at this point because it is colder, maybe 5 feet instead of the 3, and going up with a olive pattern. These last 2 trips, this olive pattern's worked. I did hear some other folks doing well on the Waltz worm as well as Pat's rubber legs. Again, I would still stick with an olive pattern as a starting fly. If things get a little tough on you and the bite slows down, try to kind of mixing it up. The squirmy worm, I believe, was one that was working well. The mega worm, as well as I think there was a mop fly that I used that I got some hits off that. And then nothing wrong with doing a tandem rig. So you start with the lead streamer fly, and then trailing midge. Could be a rainbow warrior, could be a gold rib hare's ear nymph. Here is the rainbow warrior that I use. It's about a size, I believe it's a size 20 or maybe a size 18, I think it is. Okay, and that one seems to work well as a trailing fly. I typically fish it in tandem versus a single fly because, well, you need it to get deeper into the water column. All right. Okay, so kind of keeping it short, but later on tonight, 9:30 p.m. Central, back online, live streaming, Little Red Book of Fly Fishing Series 131 through 135, tips 131 through 135, and then we'll roll right into the edited version of the last trip to the Blue River, where yours truly, I didn't limit out. I ended up getting 2. Did a lot of catch and release. I kind of got a little greedy. I should have probably kept that last trout, but unfortunately, Murphy's Law set in, and it fell out of my hands. And that was actually a good one that I should have kept. Anyways, I made a real good meal. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate y'all joining today, and maybe some of y'all able to make it tonight. Definitely check it out. We got the live streaming this evening, 9:30 p.m. Central. All right. Next time, we'll get y'all later, and good luck and good fishing.